Explorer Hound. Today I'll be discussing my Axum research project, answering the question, how can student engagement be leveraged as a motivational strategy to enhance educational outcomes, and what pedagogical approaches can be used to effectively foster this engagement? Initial practicum. I was placed in a school in the Blacktown LGA. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics 2001 census, Blacktown has a diverse community of 396,776 residents, where 49.6% of people were born overseas and 63.2% speak a language other than English at home. Understanding the diversity that exists within its community is vital to support students' needs, cultural backgrounds, and help shape unique learning experiences that ensure equitable access for all students. A culturally diverse student population of 603 students at the school, with 61% of students coming from non-English speaking backgrounds. The school promotes the value of honesty, courtesy, and effort, emphasising high-quality teaching and community involvement. Regular professional development and open communication with parents in the community help tailor learning to meet the diverse needs of its students. I was placed in a composite Year 3-4 class of 31 students, where I noticed a rich cultural diversity with 19 students speaking languages other than English and 4 students born overseas. My mentor teacher employed a gradual release of responsibility model, balancing explicit instruction, guided learning, and independent work. Collaborative learning strategies such as turn and talk and literacy groups were implemented to encourage student participation and understanding. A significant strength observed was the positive relationship my mentor teacher maintained with her students, allowing her to adjust lessons to their individual needs. Clear routines supported student learning, including school-wide morning routine, incorporating numeracy, literacy, and other vital areas. Behaviour management involved collaborative development of class rules, with students having rotating classroom jobs to foster responsibility. The classroom had a structured seating arrangement to accommodate the small learning space and a jelly bean table for small group instructions and individualised assessments. Technology was integrated through Chromebooks, iPads, and interactive whiteboard, which was readily available in the classroom, which enhanced learning across all subjects. Positive reinforcement strategies like gotcha tokens and merit awards aim to boost confidence and engagement, focusing on creating a supportive environment that encouraged all students to succeed. While most students were actively engaged, some showed signs of disengagement due to low self-efficacy impacting their participation. 1. Students performed sound to high achieving in numeracy and literacy and all other KLAs. Regularly engaged with ICT systems, had minimal to low behavioural issues, were respectful and courteous to their peers, and displayed a love for learning. However, there were challenges present. Upon reflecting on my previous teaching practice, I realised that I often replicated styles that I had encountered before, including a structured teacher-facilitator role. To enhance my effectiveness and boost student engagement, I recognised the need to focus on key areas of high motivation, effective feedback, increased peer collaboration, and a focus on student well-being to help create effective and integrative strategies that focus on the mental and emotional well-being of students to enhance their self-efficacy and overall learning experience. In today's rapidly evolving environment, students must develop 21st century skills that include real-life perspectives, enabling them to effectively integrate and construct comprehensive knowledge systems. Roman et al. 2023. I have chosen active learning as my primary strategy to enhance engagement in my action research, focusing specifically on project-based learning, PBL. Active learning is a student-centered pedagogical approach, emphasizing learners' active roles in developing and constructing their knowledge. This approach is grounded in 3 key principles: personalization, participation, and productivity. As noted by McLaughlin and Lee, and further supported by Scott, these principles are essential for fostering effective learning environments that actively engage students. To facilitate this approach, I'll adopt the role of coach as the teacher. According to Rajaran 2021, this role is crucial in streamlining educational practice to meet the diverse needs of students and ensure that all learners reach their highest potential. By aiming to improve student engagement and address the challenges faced within Practicum 1, I believe that incorporating PBL will specifically support literacy progression. The learning activities developed will be structured by the ME framework as outlined by Munz et al. To include high operative elements such as group work, high effective elements like providing choice in project themes and fostering a positive environment, and high cognitive aspects through peer discussions. Additionally, Munz highlights the significance of positive messaging in the classroom through key concepts, knowledge, involving providing relevant information to enhance understanding, ability, through creating opportunities for all students to succeed, control, empowering students to direct their learning with a personalised perspective, place, emphasising the creation of a safe and inclusive environment, and voice, ensuring students can communicate effectively. Furthermore, developing a supportive learning environment is essential for helping students foster a sense of identity and belonging. Such an environment encourages exploration, collaboration, and critical thinking, ultimately enabling students to engage in higher order thinking skills associated with 21st century pedagogy. By integrating inclusive practice and opportunities for influential peer interactions, students are encouraged to take control of their learning, connect to their own lives, and cultivate problem-solving and analytical skills necessary for success in today's complex society. The unit of work for Stage 2 students Years 3 and 4 focuses on enhancing writing skills through the exploration of wordplay and figurative language, with the final product the creation of a syncline poem. Over 3 lessons, students will engage with similes, alliteration, and descriptive language using collaborative activities and independent writing to deepen their understanding and application of these concepts, and is appropriately aligned with the curriculum for Stage 2 students. Throughout each lesson example, you can see the activities colour-coded to identify the integration of the ME framework and inclusion of engaging messages throughout the lessons. High cognitive learning is displayed through students independently writing their own poems, as this engages in higher level cognitive skills through creating their own poems, analysis, reflecting on their work, and evaluation, assessing their use of language, with high operative skills showcased throughout the hands-on writing activity and showcasing their poems reinforces the connection between their creativity and the written word, and high effective through students sharing their personal poems, which encourages emotional connection and engagement as students receive feedback and support from peers, which contributes to self-esteem and further promotes their ability to engage within classroom activities. The reflection activity at the end of the lesson helps reinforce student understanding and encompasses all 3 elements of the ME framework discussed. Throughout each lesson relating to the POMS mini unit of work, students actively engage with 21st century skills by enhancing their higher order thinking, critical thinking, problem-solving abilities, and applying their learning in real-world contexts. Engagement is driven through the use of engaging messaging that promotes learning. In looking at data collection, the methods I will use to identify student engagement and achievement include the following. Observational checklists. During class discussions and reflection activities in Lesson 1, I will conduct a gallery walk and use an iPad to observe and record student interactions. In per work, I will note the checklist where the students actively participated and contributed within the group work. The ME framework by Mons et al. 2013 will be applied to assess student engagement throughout the activity. Students' ability to demonstrate critical thinking, such as understanding similes and use of alliteration, as well as providing feedback to peers, will indicate high cognitive engagement. Observable enthusiasm and active involvement in the activity will reflect high operative and high affective engagement. Additionally, any signs of disengagement will be recorded in the comment section for further evaluation. Secondly, student reflection journals completed by students at the end of each literacy lesson will be used for data collection. They will be used to record their thoughts about what they learnt, challenges they faced, and how they applied figurative language in their writing at the end of each lesson. Thirdly, work samples and peer feedback forms, adapted from the Australia Institute of Teaching and School Leadership, are used to assess students' use of figurative language, creativity, and overall poem structure. Students will fill out feedback forms for their peers during poetry sharing session in their literacy groups, with a focus on the use of figurative language and effectiveness of syncline structure to help drive improvement in learning outcomes that effectively assist them in feeling connected to their learning process. Data evaluation is crucial to identifying and monitoring student engagement. According to the New South Wales Department of Education 2013, data types have varying strengths and limitations, each which will help identify markers of engagement and disengagement for students. All data collected will be triangulated to document shifts in engagement levels across the 3 sets of data. High operative engagement is indicated in relevant checklists. Observations show an increase in student participation, while high effective engagement is reflected in their corresponding reflection to journals becoming more detailed. High cognitive engagement can be assessed through the depth and critical thinking demonstrated in student reflections through work samples and feedback forms. Conversely, declining work quality paired with less thoughtful reflections could signal disengagement, prompting a re-evaluation of teaching strategies and classroom activities. By consistently tracking these markers, pedagogic strategy can be refined to support deeper and sustained engagement for students and improve teaching practices. Action research focused on enhancing student engagement through active classroom strategies and student-centred learning represents a pivotal opportunity for my professional development and future teaching practice. This approach addresses the identified challenges of low motivation and self-efficacy amongst students and emphasises the importance of creating an inclusive, dynamic learning environment that can be explored through project-based learning opportunities for students. Implications for professional development engaging in this action research will allow me to critically reflect on my teaching practices and adapt my methodologies based on real-time feedback and student outcomes. As I implement active learning strategies, I will gather data on student engagement and learning progress, informing my pedagogical choices. This reflective practice aligns with Focus Area 6.1 of the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, emphasising the importance of reflecting on and improving teaching practice. By analysing how active learning influences student participation and motivation, I can refine my approach, ensuring it is responsive to student needs. Furthermore, the research links to Focus Area 3.3, use of teaching strategies, and Focus Area 4.1, support student participation, as I will explore various strategies to foster collaboration and inclusivity in my classroom. Given that the school is situated in a community where 49.6% of residents were born overseas and 63.2% speak a language other than English at home, it is essential to tailor my teaching methods to meet the diverse linguistic and cultural needs of my students. In furthering my professional development relating to my English specialisation, this will be a future focus. I will endeavour to join the English Teachers Association, offering a wide range of resources to engage and enhance literacy practice. Additionally, further focus on developing my ability to provide EALD support will be essential due to the unique challenges and strengths of students within this area. The New South Wales Department of Education provides various resources, including the EALD Conversations podcast, which can inform my practice and help better support EALD learners within the classroom. McNiff 2016 identifies that the importance of action research and systematically investigating and reflecting on effectiveness of chosen teaching strategies to effectively contribute to my growth as an educator and help address immediate challenges and enhance my capacity to implement effective student-driven practices that promote lifelong learning, resilience, and engagement in my students.